it.
You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and start. It is 1:16, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I have to keep my finger on this button. Of course, those of you in the stream can't see me right now, but I am recording on my end because Chili and I are not in the same place. But through the magic of the internet, we can still communicate and still have a good time. But I have to keep this mouse button down so that he can hear me. And obviously, the YouTube mic doesn't care, but... Listen, alright, you're watching YouTube. This is the finals of the Ryze Up 2012 tournament. We're just about to start the picks and bans for the first game, and we have just had the coin flip. This is Fairy Tail versus Team Spaghetti Cat, I should say. And Fairy Tail did win the coin flip and chose first ban and first pick for the first game. My name is Edwin Moles. Hey, say something, Chili.
Oh, hi, I'm Chili.
Yep. I hear the Chili. He is responding.
I don't know if these people who are friending me are on Fairy Tail or not.
It's very likely that they're on the stream. I just got a friend request from somebody who is not in this game, but it does not matter at all. As you can see, I don't know about you, Chili, but I dressed up, and of course they can't see because you don't have a webcam.
Well, since they can't see me, I'm gonna say that I'm wearing a suit.
Yeah, you're wearing the best suit. Well, I also am wearing a pretty snazzy outfit.
Picture a really nice suit. That's the one I'm wearing.
Oh, I do. I picture it. Unfortunately, over at my end, it turns out that actually earlier today, the overhead light in my room burnt out. So it's a little bit harder to see me, and I have like this glare over from the right. I do have a lamp to try to illuminate my face. But other than that, yeah, everything's doing well. We're just getting people on the game right now. Looks like we're missing some people right now. Yeah, but this is going to be a lot of fun. Chili, we've come a long way, and by we I mean they. But
yeah, we haven't done anything.
We've been talking a lot. Excuse me. I apologize. I have been drinking a lot of soda recently because over here in the East Coast, I understand many of the viewers are on the West Coast, Pacific side, because right now it's only 10:15, 10:18 for you guys. Over here it's 1 a.m. the next morning. So we're a little bit drained, but we're gonna be.
We're actually casting from the future.
Oh my God. That should be unfair because we already know what's going to happen. I don't know how I feel about that, Chili.
It looks like in the future it's dark.
In the future, it is delicious and filled with sugary carbonated caffeine. Oh yeah. All right.
Ooh, so we're just waiting for the teams to complete setup. Are we doing picks bans in chat? I guess because it's looks like it's blind pick at least.
Yes, we're going to be doing those in chat. Just to make sure that everything goes nice and smoothly. Nice and smoothly, and that people have time to do runes and all that fancy good stuff.
Yeah, I like doing it in chat. We get a lot more time to talk about them.
Oh, yeah. Alright, let me check real quick. I want to see how many beautiful stream viewers we have right now. It looks like we have 0 because I have to hit the play button. And I hit the play button, and we jump up to 25 magic. That is more than 24, but also less than 26, Chili. So hopefully we can break that barrier and get into the 26 and above range.
That's really what I want to go for.
Oh, yeah.
I also really want people to bump this thread. Go bump this thread, people. So more people on the general discussion forum can see it and watch our fantastic cast.
Oh, we're up to 26, but back down to 25. I do apologize if anybody is going to try to friend request me. I may just have to decline you because I love you people. I love you. However, I don't know who you are. And I will, unfortunately, forget afterwards. Oh, yeah. Well, I have some entertaining things to share. We do have 25 people, and so I do not feel like my jokes will be wasted if I choose to use them now. So are you ready for this one? I've been just saving up a little bit of entertaining witty banter for us.
I'm pretty excited.
Here's a little joke for you, Chili. So, I'll tell this to the camera as well for the YouTube people because they're lovely as well. What would you get if you combined SingStar with Miyazaki, the filmmaker?
Oh, well, I don't know.
You should be able to get this.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, I have played SingStar and I have seen some Miyazaki.
All right.
But I've still got no idea.
No idea. How about Princess Karaoke? Oh! Boom! Getting it!
This is going to be horrible.
Oh man!
If this is the whole stream, I might might not be able to handle it.
We're gonna lose all viewership instantaneous. I think we probably just dropped 10 people. That's totally fine. They'll filter back in as the shock, the recoil of the joke eventually recedes.
Oh wait, I got a great idea. I got something we can show.
And what would that be?
Well, I remember a while back, Spaghetti Cat sent us a message containing their theme song. To find it. Oh, there it is.
Oh. And you know what's really important that I have to say right now? In case you weren't able to show them prizes on the stream right now, both of these teams, both second and first place, will have their team mascot immortalized as a user custom created skin, which is amazing. So it doesn't even matter who skins, who skins. Who wins? Both Fairy Tail and Team Spaghetti Cat are going to have a user custom created skin after their team mascot. I'm pretty sure Team Spaghetti Cat is going to be the following. I'm going to bring that up on the old YouTube right now. I'm not quite sure what Fairy Tail is going to be, but we can ask them later so they can find out. I'm trying to type with one hand here. I'm actually just going to stop doing that. And ladies and gentlemen, I will show to you right now. Oh, no. Huh. Game invite. That's important. Here, and check out the internets where we can find none other than a cat covered in spaghetti. Are you playing the song?
I played it. It's so good. I played it so hard. Oh, we're in tournament draft now. Oh wait, I'm playing it. Oh, like that.
I wait for you, Spaghetti Cat. It's all I can do, Spaghetti Cat. To keep from falling apart, Spaghetti Cat. 'Cause you're breaking my heart.
Oh yeah. When I first saw you on that daytime
when it
TV
comes
show,
in with
sitting behind that plate of spaghetti, I knew that you were no ordinary cat. Will hate on you and make negative comments such as that cat looks scared and a cat should not be eating spaghetti.
Go away.
But you just keep on eating that spaghetti because you will always be.
I wait for you, Spaghetti Cat. It's all I can
I love
do,
this so much.
I know, I really like it now. It's kind of scary.
It slowly just zooms in on the picture. Oh, that's so wonderful. That is the Spaghetti Cat, after which Team Spaghetti Cat is named. Now, unfortunately, there are quite a few fairy tales after which Fairy Tail could be named, or they could just be named after the idea of fairy tales. Yeah, we have... Hold on, what's going on? Oh, no, we're good.
They're switching positions.
Yeah, they are switching positions. Yeah, because on the stream right now, you are in the game. Okay, cool.
Yep, I just got in.
Awesome. But I don't know what Fairy Tail... Fairy Tail is a manga. I am receiving this information right now from a good friend, Tangerang. Tang, you're the man. Fairy Tail is a manga. Let's do a little investigation. Let's not play that again.
Actually, let's play that again.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
See, we're seeing Fairy Tail as a manga. Okay, all right. I do enjoy some mangas, but I am not a huge aficionado. So.
Man, this is really complicated team switching.
Okay, all right. I'm starting to get a handle on this. That's looking pretty good. Okay, cool. All right, great. I would love to see what their custom user-created skin would be. That would be so awesome. I look forward to both the Fairy Tail and Team Spaghetti Cat skins. That will be awesome.
I will use both of them.
Oh, yeah.
I will advertise them.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, those will be on lawreport.com because, in fact, this entire tournament is hosted by lawreport.com and specifically by Insomnium of lawreport.com. So shout out to both of you, or you and the website, for being so awesome as to have this incredible tournament that has received such a wonderful response from the community. It's just awesome. It says the stream volume is kind of soft. Is there anything we can do about that, Chili?
Mayhaps. I can turn up my mic. It's not exactly the same thing.
I'm going to go ahead and and open my second bottle of soda. But it looks like we're actually going to start bans and picks. Here we go. We do have the first ban and first pick for...
Wait, we do? I think that it is actually a tournament. This is a tournament draft, so...
Oh, okay.
They remade it.
All right, they remade it as a tournament draft. And actually, Fairy Tail is a little confused about that right now. He is saying, it's a tournament draft. What? Okay. I'll have to see. It always was Chili and Edwin. From the beginning, at the beginning, there was Chili. And he said unto Edwin Moles, we should make
Look at all these shout-outs.
Shout-outs
to people.
Catrific. You know what? We need to say these. Monica Park. All right, shout out to Henry. Catrific.
Henry, with an I.
Yeah?
Yep.
That's what I said.
I just specifying.
And shout out to God. Thank you, Arbit Rage. God appreciates that. And
also, I realized that one of the people who friended me said on the forum post that your jokes were terrible.
on the forum post you did?
It says casters have bad jokes. Don't lump me in with this. This is only Edwin Moles.
Well, hey,
I only have good jokes.
Do you have any jokes? Tell us a joke, Chili. I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't know.
Polycat says Edwin is hilarious, and that's all I need. I only need a Polycat.
You're set.
To make me feel good. I don't know how to end that statement. Thanks, Polycat. Yes. Oh, here we go.
We're in. Are you in? I'm in.
I'm in. We're in. Looking great. Countdown's on for the first ban from Arbit Rage right now. For Fairy Tail, they are on Team Blue. We have Team Spaghetti Cat on Purple Team right now. And everything's off and going. And Mr. Gulliver does give a special shout out to my favorite homos, Minor and Major Giggles and Bloop. The three of you are awesome. Good friends of mine. The three of you, super cool. And Mr. Gulliver wants to let you know that he loves you. Especially. However, we do have bans coming out, so we probably should say something about that. We don't want to analyze this too deeply, of course, Chili, because we are on stream. There's a pretty short delay, and the players may be watching this stream, so we don't want to give them any information.
Yeah. Also, we're not very good at analyzing anyway. So
yeah, we're pretty bad at this game, and we don't want to accidentally give them bad advice that they may think is actually good instead.
Well, that sounds pretty fun, actually.
Personally, I'm a huge fan of Ash Jungle, but like I don't want to tell them to do that. Because that's plain outside the rules. We do have bans coming right now as Ari and Shaco from Fairy Tail. Shen has been banned by Team Spaghetti Cat. Second ban right now on Paktar. Well, actually, let's go ahead and run down these players' names so we get them cemented in our minds and in the viewership's minds, and we can celebrate.
Which one do you want to do?
I'll take Fairy Tail. You take Team Spaghetti Cat. So over here on Fairy Tail, we have 8 Arbit Rage 8 playing a masterful Udyr in the quarterfinals against TKS Team Korean Suck, and had a great showing. ATAB actually, should I talk about what they do?
Probably just say their name.
Probably just, we'll talk about what they do later. We have ATAB for Fairy Tail, Sealy, Akatsuki Angel, and, actually this is US Usama Jin, but he actually asked me specifically to be called Jin, and I am more than happy to oblige. So this is Jin down here. And Chili, on to you.
On to me. Well, on Team Spaghetti Cat, we've been following this team for a while. We have Paktar, Polycat, Monsieur Gulliver, or Mr. Gulliver, Chris's cereal, or if you like, just put in any kind of cereal at the end of it, and he'll probably figure out what you're talking about.
Or Gollum.
Or Gollum. And then J-Light.
Who actually... we have actually a first pick. We should probably talk about that.
Yeah, we actually started doing things. Well, let's look at the bans real quick. It looks like we got several junglers from Fairy Tail, Shaco Ramus, and hard ganking junglers as well.
Also, I think probably the most noteworthy right now is the Janna ban coming out of Team Spaghetti Cat. Janna was a really big player. Just Jin. I know, Usam. I'm calling you Jin. I did it. I got you. And the Janna was a huge player in the World Championships IAM, a very strong support right now, so that's actually not too surprising to see that Janna ban. We have the first pick, Lee Sin, from 8 Arbit Rage, we did see, and we see Paktar right now cycling random through the champions.
He likes this.
He's just going to be rolling the dice. Whatever he ends on when that clock counts down to 0, he will play that champion because he has no fear. Polycat, meanwhile, has actually just picked Warwick and pretty happy with that. Actually, Paktar will go ahead and settle on Alistar. All right.
So, Edwin, you know what I want from this Lee Sin, right?
What do you want from this Lee Sin?
I want him to be top. He may not be, but I love seeing Lee Sin top. It's just such a fun lane. It's one of my favorite lanes to play as well. Just jumping all over the place.
It is true, but it is hard, of course, for him to see his opponent because...
Well, it's hard for him to see most things.
Most things, indeed.
ATAV.
ATAV, actually,
Mundo.
go ahead and pick up the Mundo. Mundo's been played a lot in competitive and casual LoL recently.
You sound surprised.
Well, no, I was trying to emphasize that that's not necessarily a joke ban, or a joke pick. It's not necessarily. He's not necessarily pulling a Paktar, I should say, although he may be. But ATAV actually sitting on that Mundo right now. I'm sure that team is discussing fervently what their picks should be. Celia goes ahead and grabs Morgana, actually. 17 less seconds left to pick, and we'll see whether or not they settle and stay on those. Ooh, it's getting really hot in here, Chili. I don't know what you're doing, or what you're wearing, or how hot it is, but man.
I'm wearing a suit, I told you.
I'm boiling. I know, but you said the suit was good looking. You didn't say it was hot. I mean,
It's
it could
hot
be one of those,
and good
could
looking.
be one of those plaid tweed suits.
No.
Oh, God. Oh, choke me. Yeah.
Well, excuse me?
No, like choking in heat. Like.
Okay.
Well, that's what I meant. I don't know what. Oh, God. Whatever. All right, listen. We got more picks coming out. We should probably just talk about those. Or I could tell another joke, but I think at this time we would prefer to stay with the picks. And I'm actually going to shrug this coat off right now because it's killing me. Oh, man. I love this so much. This is the Ryze Up 2012 tournament. For anyone just tuning in, these are picks and bans for the first game in the best of 3 against Team Spaghetti Cat over on purple side and Fairy Tail over on blue side. They have come all the way through 8 rounds in this tournament. It is started with 256 teams, and they're literally the last 2 of that 256. Yeah. They are more than the 1 percentile. They are the 1%.
They're like 0.7%. No, 0.3, whatever.
You know what they should do? They should write a letter and then hold it up to a camera and then post that on Reddit or Imgur.com. Because that is what you do when you're part of a percentile.
Most people are part of a percentile, incidentally.
It's true. In fact...
So...
Okay, go ahead.
well, we could talk about the game.
Yeah, maybe.
How about Talon, huh?
How about the Talon pick, actually? Yeah, that's quite noteworthy. Mr. Gulliver going ahead and picking Talon up for Team Spaghetti Cat. Chris Asiro going to go ahead and grab Ashe. We have Akatsuki Angel now locking in on MF, and Jin's sitting on Tarek right now. We'll see whether or not he locks in. And
MF and Lee Sin. They're after my heart.
They're after your heart. Actually, that's true, man. Fairy Tail really pulling into your heartstrings there, Lee Sin and MF being 2 of your favorite champions, I believe.
Yep.
And if you happen to miss, well, we weren't streaming it. Yeah, we weren't streaming it, but I did save and will upload to YouTube the pre-match ARAB between some members of PSUB Esports, good friends of mine, Chili and myself included, and I happened to play Lee Sin. And I did happen to use Lee Sin to kill Chili several times, and it made me feel very good.
AP Jana is what I played.
But
that's really unrelated.
But I did kill you. Like, that's hard to argue. By the way, Jin has locked in on Tarek, and that actually comes up to a pretty reasonable team comp from Fairy Tail for the first game. Mm-hmm. Often in these best of 3s, these teams will not want to, throw out their wild cards in the first game. They want to play something that they know is going to do well, and they can just kind of go forward with a standard approach, what they're comfortable with. If they want to see some really wild cards, that'll probably come in the second game. Try to eke out that second win, or to try to come back from a first game loss.
So our last pick probably going to be an AP mid against Morgana. There we go.
And J-Light's actually picking up Kennen right now. J-Light, the light version of the J-Soda. For when you don't want a J, you just want a J-Light.
I swear, it won't always be like this. We'll watch some League of Legends too.
I mean, we can do both. It is possible to do both, Chili. All champions are locked in. Boom, here we go. We're on the way to the first game of the Ryze Up 2012 final match. I cannot be more excited, Chili. It's on its way, and we only have 3 minutes and 45 seconds more to wait.
Yeah, so in 45 seconds we will wave goodbye to these teams from the past, and we'll wait 3 minutes for the delay to catch up.
Awesome.
And then we can start talking about things.
Okay. And, yeah, of course, when they do get in the game, when we do go to the 3 minutes before, then we can actually start analyzing the game just a little bit, because they will have already locked into champions and summoner spells, and, they can't really change anything at that point. Unless they do call for a remake, but we always try to avoid that at all costs. sometimes things just get messed up. Champions ruin pages, don't load properly, or something like that. Before I forget, I will eliminate myself from the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, so you can just watch the game. Oh, that's actually me full screen. That's the opposite of what I wanted. There we go. And for those of you watching live, you're like, what is he talking about? Well, I am actually recording this from my end, because Chili and I aren't in the same place, and you will be able to find these replays, casting and all, uploaded to www.youtube.com/psupesports somewhere tonight or tomorrow, depending on when I can manage to get them up. And, yeah, you can watch them, again, for your viewing pleasure.
Tell your friends. So we're now in the delay period of time. So we can talk. It is Elise in top. I'm happy about that.
It is Elise in top.
Excited.
Yep, we have 8 Arbit Rage playing top as he did in the quarterfinals, and beforehand, I assume. On Lee Sin, he's got the Flash Ignite.
Yeah, he was a significant force in the most recent game. He played Udyr, really kind of won the game for his team. He also used Ignite, and we noted that he used it very, very well to secure the early kills, which kind of snowballed into a victory.
Absolutely. He was a wonderful top lane, and I will point out that something I wanted to talk about earlier, I noticed out of the corner of my eye, and only managed to stop myself from blurting it out loud. That Team Spaghetti Cat's last ban was Udyr, indicating that they may have some prior knowledge of what Fairy Tail's doing, and want to make sure that 8 Arbic Rage will not snowball so nearly strong as he did last game. Or last match, I should say. We do have the Mundo Jungle. Actually, Mundo Jungle considered one of the fastest junglers in the game right now. Not necessarily one of the best junglers, I should say, but one of the fastest. He can clear the jungle very quickly. And his ganks, provided they can land cleavers, are fairly effective. Sealy with the Morgana. Overall, I think they have a nice team fight for Fairy Tail. They have a lot of front line. I mean, they have Taric up there. They got a lot of CC between Morgana. Some great slows. I mean, honestly, the Tempest crippling, what is it? Shoot. Tempest, oh gosh.
It is crippled for the second one.
Crippled, okay, thank you. From Lee Sin and the Cleavers of Mundo, are just phenomenal slow. And then, the MF and Morgana AoE damage is quite significant. I think Fairy Tail's got a nice, utility damage all around, pretty good team fight. They have a lot of options with that team fight. They can kite pretty well as well.
Yeah, but Chris's cereal does have cleanse.
That's true.
It's always interesting to me when so the Team Spaghetti Cat's bot, they have a heal and they have cleanse.
Yep.
But Team Fairy Tail's bot has heal and they have exhaust, right?
Exhaust, and of course the thing that's going to be difficult here is because there are going to be many times when it's tempting to cleanse that stun from Taric, but that's a short cooldown stun, and at all costs you want to wait until you're both stunned and exhausted, because that's something common for a Taric to do. You want to cleanse that because that's really gets your bang for your buck with that cleanse.
All right, so I'm not sure if this is actually what's going to happen, but I'm just feeling like Spaghetti Cat might send J-Light top and do Mr. Gulliver mid.
I think. Well, he has picked up the teleport, and that'd be the biggest indicator.
That's the most obvious thing.
And I actually like that totally. Talon hasn't really seen competitive play recently, and Talon has no built-in sustain. He has no. Well, that's exactly what I wanted to say. He has no way to actually restore his health outside of health pots or buying lifesteal. So he's going to have a little bit of trouble against Lee Sin, but against a champion like Morgana, he should be able to farm fairly safely, even harass pretty effectively.
He does have a silence.
He does have a silence, and moreover, Morgana has very little that she can do to an enemy champion that's on the other side of creeps. Both her snare, her snare is blocked by creeps, and her pool, of course, is static and doesn't involve any CC or slow. Without her ultimate, she really can't do much against an opponent that's on the other side of creeps. So Talon should be able to farm very safely and even lay down some significant harass on Morgana.
He is melee, though. I think Kennen would be able to farm okay with the Shuri... I was going to say Shoryukens. I've clearly been playing too much Marvel. Shurikens. Farm really well with the Shurikens.
I mean, it should be brought up that J-Light's not going to have any sustain as either versus Rage in top, but he's definitely going to have the range, and he's not going to have mana. I mean, like, if Talon was up top, if... I should be using these player names. Excuse me. If Mr. Gulliver was up top, his mana's gonna run out so quickly. Lee Sin's gonna easily be able to harass and wear him down in lane. The team fight though, because we never really got to talk about the team fight really for Team Spaghetti Cat, but they're fairly mobile. I mean, Warwick with the instantaneous ranged hard CC in the form of his ultimate. Mr. Gulliver with his gap closer and his stealth. J-Light zipping around the field with his E and. Well, Paktar and Chris Cyril not quite as mobile, but they offer a lot of CC and damage.
I suspect Paktar will probably just be, his job will just be to keep Ashe safe. Chris is serial safe.
Yeah. Here's a fundamental...
And of course, if Talon is mid, he can also get blue buff and probably take a lot more advantage of it than J-Light would be able to.
You're absolutely right about that. We do have a ward actually going down from Jin right now in the upper river for Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail.
They are consolidating themselves. They're staying fairly close and packed together. Looks like they are guarding Wraiths. Probably Mundo will be starting those Wraiths. And thanks to his sadism. That's right. Sadism is the AoE. Burning Agony. Oops. Oh, I failed. But Mr. Gulliver, Polycat, and Chris Cyril, looks like Team Spaghetti Cat is kind of taking a more spread out approach. They're just watching for things, and they're going to help give Polycat a nice leash on those wolves, and then into blue.
Look at all these potions we have on Fairy Tail. Every single player has at least 3.
Well, actually, Jin only has 2, but you're right. There are quite a few health potions, and there's a couple pings coming out right now for Fairy Tail, but it does not seem that they are actually they're going to have Mundo going into the upper jungle. Actually, what are they doing?
They need to make a decision, or else they'll be a little slow.
Yep. And here we have Polycat starting at wolves. Actually, they'll start giving the Mundo the leash on Wraiths.
Didn't actually get a leash, I don't think.
Well, yeah, I suppose he doesn't really need it. He's just now clearing the Wraith, though, while Polycat has already picked up wolves. Moving to blue is going to get a leash from Mr. Gulliver, who's almost definitely mid, so good call on that chili. And Chris is here giving him a little bit of extra leash on there, a little bit of extra damage. ATAB moving on to red. Meanwhile, the Golem's being picked up by Jin and Angel bottom. And here we have the top lanes coming into lane. It's on the way. Or it's on the way, I should say. Alright, Mr. Gulliver and Sealy mid. Arbor Rage and J-Light top, probably, I think, going to be one of the most exciting lanes to watch. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that one. Although, I think Paktar, Chris Cyril, Angel, and Jin could have a really excited lane down here. MF can do quite a lot of damage. She's, considered to be one of the better AD champions, range AD champions in lane. She can do quite a lot of burst and sustain damage. And the fact that her W prevents... or I should say, attenuates healing for a short amount of time is pretty significant. We have ATAB coming up in the top right now. He's got red buff. J-Light's not really in a position, but he's going around to the tri-bush. He might just be counter-jungling. No, looks like he's sitting around for a gank, potentially. J-Light just did level up to level 2, and he has not leveled his Lightning Rush, actually. He only has his Q and his W. He will not have the added speed to get out of the gank if ATAB decides to go in, but he actually backed off. Chili, that's...
We also have... Yeah.
That's not too good.
Polycat was there, though they wouldn't know that, so...
They didn't know that Polycat was there, of course. There are only 2 wards on the map right now, 1 for each team. But ATAB actually spent quite a lot of time, a little bit wasted there. I should say that Mundo never wastes time quite as much as other champions. He was waiting for his smite to come back off of cooldown, and he does have the passive, which restores his health very quickly. So even idle seconds just sitting there in the brush are still useful. But you always want to be doing something, especially as a jungler where your time can be... well, so precious.
This is Serial. Decent amount of harass getting taken already, and MF hasn't used a potion, so I'm kind of worried. I mean, he does have the heal from good friend Paktar here.
Yeah, this is definitely... Oh, Paktar is moving, and he gets the combo off. There's the volley, but Chris Cyril actually did not use the slow in that first attack. And now Angel's turning right around. Very smart reaction time. Recognizes the CC is down, moves in to get as much harass as he can off. And
got a gank on mid, but looks like Sealy missed the snare on Mr. Gulliver, so he's going to be alright.
Yep, although both Sealy and Mr. Gulliver low on health and mana. A little bit of an advantage to Mr. Gulliver right now. He still has 3 health potions, so he's doing pretty good. Polycat's on top right now on Arbor Rage. Arbor Rage has a couple of stacks. The Q misses for J-Light. Not going to quite get the stun. He flashes out. The red buff of J-Light was slowing him down significantly. That is a flash for top lane.
Flash, though.
He may not have needed the flash, but I think he had 2 stacks of Mark of the Storm. And although J-Light missed that Q, he was going to have W, I think, again soon. I may just be making this up, but I think he was afraid of getting stunned. Whether or not that was correct,
yeah. You're right. Better safe than sorry. Especially in this far in the game. I mean, not the game, this far in the tournament.
Right.
You don't want to make mistakes.
This is not the time, again, to be throwing things in the early game, especially when it can snowball so significantly. I do want to talk about what you said in bot lane. Definitely Chris Cyril and Paktar are aiming for the late game. Like, Alistar is such a powerful champion, kind of all game around. And Ashe is significantly good in the late game where she can get great picks with her arrow. And really, really significant damage with crits thanks to Infinity Edge. MF is more of an early to mid game champion. And plus Tara can be a beast in lane. So I think really Fairy Tail's trying to take advantage of this early game against Team Spaghetti Cat in bot lane. And they actually already have warded Dragon, so this is almost indicating a team... they're planning on winning the early game in mid and bottom, and they want to really get this early Dragon. They've already had it warded, which is, 5 minutes and 30 seconds, quite early.
Yeah, and something we have noticed about Spaghetti Cat before is they almost always win the early game.
Very interesting. Actually, look at top right now. Speaking of what you were just talking about, J-Light is at full health. He has a Dorian's Shield, actually, to start. And Arbit Rage, he has 1 health potion left and a ward after having backed and come back to lane, of course. And he's already struggling again against J-Light, who didn't even back. So J-Light was still in lane, didn't get a chance to back or spend his gold, while Arbit Rage did. So that's...
Paktar zoning out bottom here, just standing.
Oh, yeah, and there's the stun on Chris's hero. Paktar just hanging out.
Here's ATAB.
Actually, what I don't like about this is that, actually, yeah, you're right. ATAB's right here. They're staring each other down, although they don't know it. Although I think ATAB has a really good idea that he's there.
ATAB knows.
Paktar is sitting here. He has full mana, and he's not pumping heals. That's something I don't like. Here's Jin. He's walking into the brush. Paktar gets the stun, but he's actually going to headbutt Jin forward. There's the flashing by ATAB, and they're going to do a lot of damage. Paktar gets exhausted, but there's the heal. Oh, but he's walking forward again, and he's actually going to get killed by Angel. Oh, but here's the teleport in by J-Light. That's where he was walking back in, and Jin's going to take a lot of damage. Probably go down to J-Light right here. No, actually goes to Chris's hero instead. ATAB getting low, and actually J-Light's getting low as well. Angel could do a lot of damage. There's a stun from Mark of the Storm. He's going to lightning rush through. He will get the kill. Oh, and he's going to get out. Oh my gosh. Chili.
Nice job picking the targets.
That was beautiful. That was so beautiful. ATAB's going to walk away relatively unscathed. He is mono after all, but that is 2 kills going towards Team Spaghetti Cat. Going to put them up 600 gold currently in the game at 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Arbit Rage is going to do some damage on top tower thanks to that, but I mean, obviously it was worth it. You saw that the switch from Mundo to MF, that was really, really important. If they'd kept fighting Mundo, they probably would have both died to MF.
Absolutely,
so good coordination.
Especially since Angel was doing so much damage. Polycat will now donate blue to Mr. Gulliver. That's going to really give him an advantage in lane. Especially since Morgana does not have blue. Blue should be spawning fairly soon, but ATAB took it relatively late. He's only now taking his red, which is his second creep camp, I should say. And
looks like Arbit Rage actually used this opportunity to back rather than push, knowing he didn't have to worry about J-Light coming back anytime soon. So
he did a brilliant decision. Basically, he said, "Listen, my lane opponent's out of lane. I can't really respond to it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push. I'm going to get a lot of farm, and then I'm going to make him lose as much XP as I can against the tower, and then back and spend my gold." That's exactly what he should have been doing, and that's a very smart choice by him right there. Mr. Gulliver going to be throwing out a lot of rakes here, I know, against Sealy. Although Sealy's going to be able to pick up a lot of farm against even the tower here. Yep. Polycat's in the jungle right now, invading. He has the ward on blue, and it's going to be spawning soon. Very smart play by Polycat there. Arbit Ridge getting really low top. Actually, J-Light might go for the stun. Polycat's near, but actually there's the W out. Lee Sin, just a little OP. And there's the ping by Team Spaghetti Cat in the blue for Fairy Tail.
Yeah. This will be interesting. Morgana really, really wants this. You can tell she's on her way. Almost as soon as it spawns.
Polycat's nearby. He's at full health and half mana. Mr. Gulliver full health. He still has the blue buff. J-Light's near, and Arbit Rage is backing. This is the perfect time to get blue. Morgana's even a little scared. You can tell Sealy knows something's up. They have the ward in the brush. They do see this coming in. Polycat's 5. He does not have ultimate. Here's going in on Sealy. She is silenced. And there's the ultimate. But wow, getting really low. Oh, and Mr. Gulliver just chunking her with his ultimate there.
J-Light's actually even here now. There's no way they're going to be able to... Fairy Tail's going to be able to contest this steal. That's
going to be an easy blue. Polycat almost definitely going to be picking that one up. He does have Smite. Yep, and there it goes. That is a 3-to-1 kill difference. Team Spaghetti Cat in the lead with 1.2k gold right now. And I would say the only lane really going in favor of Fairy Tail right now would be bot lane. And even then, it's more even. It's not really in favor of anyone. It's just... split it even. Actually, Angel trying to ultimate the wave there, but not a really good angle. Could have gotten more creeps that way. Not really sure why he chose to do that. And actually, we have Mr. Gulliver going in and taking those wraiths from Polycat, saying, I just need a little bit of extra farm to make sure I get super, super snowbally. Because that is talent, of course. He kind of needs... he really needs to get it rolling, you know what I mean? He's not going to scale that well unless he gets a lot of gold.
Paktar getting comfy in this bush down here. It's kind of his spot.
He really is, yeah. Chris Cyril actually doing great in the farm right now. Highest farm in the game right now, tied between Mr. Gulliver and Chris Cyril. And here's the gank by ATAV in mid. Mr. Gulliver might get caught. He's going to walk forward for that last creep, but Sealy is not really in a position to help out ATAV, and I think
we got a gank on top as well.
He's going to be fine. There's the Polycat. Oh, and J-Light's going to get a stun, but there's the Arbit Rage. He flashes out. He still gets the stun, though. He lays the ward down, a great W. Oh, but the last basic attack from J-Light. Even with...
And here's mid.
Yep. Meanwhile, ATAV's moving in. There's the Ignite on Mr. Gulliver. He will flash out, but ATAV just needs to land a few more cleavers. He will probably ultimate. No, he's going to let it go. Ooh. Polycat coming in to reinforce. He does have the double buffs. He actually may be able to pick up a kill. But that top was brilliant. Even though Arbit Rage had the sense of mind. The presence of mind, I'm sorry, to lay down that
trying
ward.
To kill Sealy in mid.
Oh, and
really
here's ATAV coming around. He will get cleavered. Jin is here. Angel's coming up. Here's Poktar. There's a lot of warding. Great warding, by the way. As soon as I say that. Great warding for Fairy Tail, but the pink ward goes down for Team Spaghetti Cat, and they clean that up at Dragon. Team Spaghetti Cat looking to take Dragon very quickly. There's another ward from Jin. And a couple pings. Purple team does know it's there. Team Spaghetti Cat can see it thanks to the vision from that pink ward, and Poktar's going to be moving in to clear that. J-Light, meanwhile, putting a lot of pressure on top. That tower's getting pretty low already at 11 minutes 20 seconds.
Arbit Rage actually did a lot to try and get out of that gank. There was a flash, his ultimate, he put down a ward and W to it. Those are all things he should have done, but
very smart.
He still wasn't quite able to get out.
He may have done them, he probably could have done them a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and in a different order.
In a different order, exactly. But nonetheless, he did have a lot of presence of mind to avoid that gank, but nonetheless, the ult from Polycat and J-Light getting the stun with the Q, even after he flashes out of the ult, just ensured that kill.
Yeah, that was certainly a hard one to get away from.
Absolutely.
You got a suppression and then all these shurikens.
I gotta say, Team Spaghetti Cat using their jungler so well. Here's Polycat immediately starting out on Dragon. He lays down the speed. Actually, they know they have the ward here. Apparently, the pink ward can't quite see it. I'm gonna go ahead and check. No, Team Spaghetti cannot see the ward for Fairy Tail, even though they have pinged and known that it's there. There, they just pinged again. They know it's there. They just have to clear it. They want to clear it. Here's Mr. Gulliver. Actually, Mr. Gulliver couldn't get caught right now. Oh, the snare goes down. ATAV's on him. He's got this. Oh, but then he just pops ult and is fine. Oh, and there's Sealy's ult. That's huge. Morgana just using her ult, not really getting any worthwhile damage or CC out of it. Poktar's moving in. He wants the kill. Actually, Poktar very aggressive. The teleport in from J-Light. Using gets caught by Polycat, and he takes a lot of damage. It will go down under the tower.
Actually, that teleport was canceled by J-Light.
You're right.
Interesting. I wonder why that was.
It will go on cooldown, unfortunately, but that does mean that his tower will not go down to Arbit Rage. I'm sure Arbit Rage would have absolutely pushed that tower down if he chose to teleport. Now it's a 4 versus 3 in the Dragon jungle, and now unfortunately Jedi does not have teleport with which to support his team, but I think they're going to be alright in this 4v3. We do have an Ash Arrow still up, and that's going to be huge. Meanwhile, actually, the smart play by Fairy Tail saying, alright, you're going to get Dragon, we're going to put as much damage on mid as we can, but actually that Dragon was very fast. Oh, watch for the arrow. There's the arrow. Straight on the ceiling. He didn't even have time to shield himself. There's the shield. Going to get slowed. Mr. Gulliver's on top of him immediately, taking a lot of damage. Polycat's going to come around, probably get the kill. There's the flash over. Actually, J-Light not responding. Actually, wow, almost getting a kill in Arbit Rage onto the tower. There's the ping. Polycat's coming around to cut him off. There's J-Light. There's no hope for Sealy here.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a worthwhile flash. When you have... He was sorry.
Yeah.
He was revealed by Warwick's Blood Scent the whole time.
Exactly. And
there was no way he could even
Mr. Gulliver probably didn't need to use his ult there. I think actually
yeah.
Chris Cyril picked it up. Yes, he did. And this is actually really great. Look at the kills right now. 3 on Mr. Gulliver. The champion that we had already said in this game is going to need as much gold as possible to scale well. Really needs to snowball hard. And Talon now sitting at 3-0 very comfortably. 103 farm. Highest in the game. He easily has the most gold in the game at 4.5k right now. And that's just great. And by easily, I mean he has, okay, 200 more than Ash, but he's got a lot of gold, okay?
He's rich.
He's living the fine life, although he may be an assassin. He's also an aristocrat in our hearts, Mr. Gulliver.
And looks like heading for blue again right now. Warwick's, or Polycat's there to give it to him.
Absolutely.
Nice timing. And
here's Angel again being very aggressive on bottom lane, but already out of mana. Chris Cyril still staying pretty far. Actually, they're even in the farm. I got a lot of credit to Angel for playing a really good MF, knowing when to be aggressive, doing a lot of damage, and managing to stay even with the Ash. Honestly, I think at this point, Angel is the biggest hope for the Fairy Tail. She's going to be doing the most damage on that MF.
Yeah. Definitely farming well. Arbit Rage doing his best to harass top, but whenever Kennen can just E away or J-Light can eat away whenever he wants, it's going to be kind of hard to make anything stick to him.
Absolutely. And the idea that he has no sustain, as we said earlier, J-Light's already got that Hextech revolver. No problem at all. He's just going to be farming up those waves, just clearing them as fast as he can, throwing those shurikens out whenever he feels like it for a little bit of extra HP. There's another ult down bottom from Angel, clearing that wave. It's just indicating...
Wave 4.
Yeah, indicating the desperation with which Angel is trying to farm right now. Actually, Ceiling getting jumped on by Mr. Gulliver. Doesn't even go for any aggression. Doesn't try to snare in return. Normally when a Talon jumps on you, you want to return that in some way. Actually, no to snaring a creep.
Turn the favor.
Yeah, Seely's really can't do much against Mr. Gulliver. Also choosing not to do much. Actually, I'm not sure if
Does have blue buff now, though.
Yep.
I guess we kind of missed that one, but...
Morgana's gone in. Morgana's kind of given up, I think. Oh, and there's the Ignite! Oh, wow. Gonna get really low. Another kind of not useful ult from Seely. But Seely will walk away, so, you know, no harm, no foul. Mr. Gulliver's getting a lot of damage from... Actually, A-Tab right now. His ult is down. He might go down on the tower, but a great dodge for a cleaver there. There's the exhaust. He will flash. He's gonna get behind some minions and a great rake. Oh, my God. A-Tab actually might... no, he'll be okay. But, wow. Dodging that cleaver and getting behind those creeps. Meanwhile, a gank on top, yep. Oh, wow, Polycat's going for it, yeah!
Look at the difference between these teams. They're both diving at half health, and Mundo didn't dive mid.
Yeah.
Neither of them got it, so I don't know what that says, but you can see the difference in styles already.
Everyone's trying to get as much as they can. I mean, these teams are just like, we want to win. Both of them want to... Right now, Team Spaghetti Cat's just like, we want to get more in the lead immediately. And Fairy Tail says we want to immediately reverse our losses. And actually, I will point out that Ash does have the 3 Dorians, Berserker's Greaves, and A-Tab is bottom with an Oracles. Early Oracles, there's the stun by Jin. Actually, A-Tab's going to come around for a very nice surround. I pretend like this is StarCraft. Proctor taking a lot of damage. He will pop ult. A-Tab getting low. Actually, a kill with the arrow or a basic attack thereafter. There's the exhausting Crystal Zero. Does he have the cleanse? There it is. Oh, cleanse a little bit late. He flashed out. Proctor may give his life right now. Actually, he's going to be fine.
Going to be alright.
Oh, wow. Great reaction time. I think maybe the cleanse just came off a cooldown. That could have been it. Polycat invading right now. He's going to ward A-Tab's red. I will note that definitely in competitive League of Legends. Oh, actually, J-Light getting pushed on by Arbat Rage right now. Oh my God, the Ignite and the kick actually will pick up the kill. Very cleanly played by Arbat Rage.
That was solid.
Chris Serial, the Arrow of Destiny OP. There's the pings on Polycat as Fairy Tail does realize that he has been in their jungle. I was gonna say earlier that after IEM World Championships and Moscow 5's brilliant performance, there's been a lot more counter jungling in the meta, just because everyone's realizing how powerful it can be.
Akatsuki Angel picking up mini golems. That little extra boost.
Yeah, has gone for the triple Doran's Wriggles. So that's another M5 shout out.
It's very strong early on as well.
Very safe, yeah. Unfortunately, MF scales pretty well with attack speed. She's going to be doing a lot of damage, but her ultimate's not going to be as useful, considering she has very little AD at the moment.
But Akatsuki Angel seems pretty content to just use her ultimate to farm creeps.
Yeah, and certainly in lane that's going to be great, but the mid game is already upon us. And at 18 minutes and 45 seconds, we're already at a difference of more than 4k gold in favor of Team Spaghetti Cat. That's going to be tough to combat. It looks like they're looking for the dragon pretty quick. Polycat has laid down a pink on dragon, knows that it's not warded, although there's a ward right here, actually. Did Polycat, can they see it? Oh, they just barely can.
And Dragon's not actually up, so we can assume it's going to come up momentarily here.
Yeah, we have a teleport up on J-Light, so J-Light can reinforce. There's the ping immediately from Team Spaghetti Cat. A-Tab and Akatsuki Angel are here. They know what's up as well. Unfortunately, Angel's mana is fairly low. Pakta's going to take some damage for his shovels and a cleaver. Oh, but actually, it's going to start Dragon.
Angel waiting on the ult 15 seconds. I'm not sure if she'll have the mana for it. No, she won't. Nope. Actually has to back, or is thinking about backing.
Why is she backing? This could be potentially disastrous. Oh, okay, there's the cancel from Angel. We have Jin on the way, and this could easily go in favor of Team Spaghetti Cat. They're up in gold. They're going to have reinforcement from J-Light teleporting into that pink ward. Here's Polycat getting the pull. A-Tab's coming around with Angel. Jin's coming in, but actually Seely's not in a great position. He's spread out. The Dragon's going to go down immediately. Polycat will get the smite deck. We'll go from Team Spaghetti Cat. And here's the engagement. J-Light's teleporting in immediately. Paktar with a great pulverize, doing a lot of damage. Akatsuki Angel forced out. Mr. Gulliver doing a lot. And wow, here's going to be all the kills coming down. Although we will have Polycat falling on Team Spaghetti Cat. And meanwhile, the first to fall actually was Atav, the Mundo. And there's another kill for Team Spaghetti Cat. Sealy going to get ulted there by Crystal Cereal. 10-3. 2 Dragons
Triple
up.
kill.
Triple kill. Oh my gosh. Triple kill from Mr. Gulliver. 6-0 talent. He's got the Brutalizer. He's going to be picking up a Bloodthirster very soon. Yeah, he's got the money for it. He's got the Bloodthirster.
I think we actually had another canceled teleport from J-Light.
Yep, you're right.
That's really interesting. I mean, he might just be using it as a threat. Though it seems like a waste.
Oh my gosh. That's really cool. You're right. I completely agree. It could totally be a waste, but that's one thing that's never quite occurred to me. Only using the teleport. Because it, of course, reveals the ward. You can see that they're teleporting in now, thanks to a patch a few months ago. So using it as a way of frightening your enemies, but then canceling it.
Kind of screwing up their coordination there.
I'm not sure. It's a whole summoner spell just for once every 5 minutes, just to scare them. So, questionable.
I mean, if it gives you the team fight.
Yeah, and it's not like you can't use the teleport later. But I think it was quite relevant for Team Spaghetti Cat. That could have just been a mistake again, despite its utility. Team Spaghetti Cat was able to 4v4 that no problem. Mr. Gulliver picking up yet another blue. And as I said, yes, he has the Bloodthirst now. He's got the Merc Treads against Morgana. Very strong. Most likely going to a Phage next. Here we have Polycat coming out of mid. This could be a 3-man gank on Sealy right now. But Mr. Gulliver's broadcasting it. Oh, Polycat's coming in. He has the ult. There's the red buff application. The silence, the pulverize. Whoa! No chance at all to do anything. Sealy went from full to 0, full CC. And that's just another kill. Wow, another kill from Mr. Gulliver. Oh, man. Really snowballing at this point, and he's going to be farming out that Bloodthirster, doing a lot of damage.
Pushing down mid now. Yep.
There's the ult, actually, from an interesting place from Angel.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Let's look at the items real quick. So we did talk about that Bloodthirster. We already have an Infinity Edge. Very strong Infinity Edge and a Zeal. Plus 3 Doran's Berserker's Greaves on Crystal Zero at 22 minutes. That's a really strong start, I gotta say. 205 doing great. We do have the Wriggles and a Zeal moving into that Phantom Answer for Angel. Not quite there yet. We have actually, interestingly, not finished the Will of the Ancients for J-Light, which I actually totally agree with. Their team right now has fairly minimal magic damage, so J-Light's saying instead, I really only need this spell vamp from me. I don't need the entire Will of the Ancients, and I don't need to buy it next. So he's actually moving to that Crystal Scepter to get a little bit more tankiness and slow at the moment.
That is such a fun item to get on Kennen, too.
Crystal
it really
Scepter,
feels like it does everything right.
It does everything right. You're absolutely right. And I will point out... I will point out,
dangerous
actually,
right now.
Yeah, Atav's moving on. He's got the red buff. He has a couple cleavers, but here's Crystal Serial to reinforce. No problem at all. I will point out that supports, there's a huge difference right now, because right now we have Jin with only a Philosopher's Stone, and moving towards that Heart of Gold. Paktar already has the Heart of Gold and Philosopher's Stone, almost Merc Treads as well. No wards right now, of course, but that's a really strong start for Paktar. He's also one level ahead of Jin, so the supports are definitely going in favor of Team Spaghetti Cat as well. We're going to probably see a Tank Warwick coming out. He has stopped in the Madred's Razors, something that's very popular to do on Warwick. Of course, he doesn't need to actually have the whole Wriggles Lantern. So he will get the Madred's Razors, and they'll stop. He'll get Wit's End and other similar items. He might get a Phage. He might get a Banshee's Veil. He might get a whole variety of things to generally be tanky and not worry about going in there with that ultimate.
Oh, this looks like it might be a Baron or a Baron bait.
Definitely a Baron bait, but they're sitting on top of a ward, and they don't have an Oracles yet. Meanwhile, the Oracles, by the way, was lost for Atav, so a good pickup for Team Spaghetti Cat. They're moving in. Arbor Rage is in. He misses the Sonic Wave, but Paktar really wants to go in. Man, look at that, Paktar. The snare is down. Great time right now for them to go in. There's a nice break from Mr. Gulliver. If they can make it happen now, they have an arrow from Crystal Cereal. That would have been a good engage, but they're going to chill out. They don't need to do a lot to stay in the lead.
This is a place where Fairy Tail should want to fight. This little corridor right here will be perfect for MF.
It will be perfect for MF. It will be perfect for but for Morgana as well. But at this moment, with a 9k gold lead, they might just be able to win via items.
Definitely, but if they want to fight, this is a good spot.
It's also good for Kennen, though, you have to consider, and it's really hard for Ashe to miss in that corridor. Pulverizes from Paktar are going to be really strong. And actually a lot of AoE damage as well from Mr. Gulliver.
Yeah, this does not look good.
Oh, here it is!
Ash arrow.
There's the arrow on Jin. Paktar's gonna come in, flash pulverize, brilliant. Usum's gonna flash out, but still die. Angel lays down a nice ult, but he's gonna headbutt it away from Paktar, taking it out of the fight. Arbit Rage gonna go down to the rest of the team, and then gonna switch to Angel for the ace, almost definitely. This is gonna turn into, oh no, they let her go. She did flash out. Immediate ping on Baron, and this is gonna be a pretty much uncontested Baron, 1v4. Oof.
And no ult from Akatsuki Angel.
You're right. Polycat, no fear moving into that Baron right now. This is a 25-minute Baron, 3-5, and it's looking very good for Team Spaghetti Cat right now in the first game of this match. Best of 3 for these teams in the final round of the Ryze Up 2012 tournament. And I have to take a swig of delicious soda because it is now 2 a.m. Woo! All right.
So, Spaghetti Cat there just seems like they were just trying to get Fairy Tail as close as they could for the Chris's serial arrow to initiate. As soon as that happened, they were there.
And they also saw that Angel was mid. And you saw Angel come in for a nice alt angle, but Paktar was like, you know what? Get out of here. You're not even going to be a part of this fight. J-Light ripped them apart with a brilliant ultimate. The engage by Paktar was awesome, to say the least. And of course, Polycat doing everything he can to ensure that all of those targets do die. And they did. So, good job.
And this just makes me want to play now.
Those are always the best games. You know, when you want to play as a caster, it's just, it feels great. You're like, this game is so great. I mean, we play LoL because it's fun. It's fun as hell. I mean, jeez. And Angel picking up red right now. Jin gonna go ahead and help her out a little bit. We do have a ward. The defensive wards are very heavy right now for Fairy Tail. They recognize they need to keep up their warding, and they have warded almost their entire jungle, which is gonna be very strong for them, right? Actually, their jungle has already been taken, unfortunately. Like, all of it. They just picked up red for Angel, but no need right now for Team Spaghetti Cat to be in their jungle. They're gonna pick up their own buffs and then push for what could potentially be the win.
They're so strong at this point.
I will point out a finish.
Looks like Spaghetti Cat didn't even lose the tower.
Oh, you're right. Wow, no towers, and that's right now 3-0 towers. That's 3,000 extra gold plus what, a Baron, and 2 dragons, 3 dragons. That's 3 dragons. That's 3,000, 5,000. Well, we can just look up at the top and figure it out. It's 12k gold right now. Pushing on the mid. Actually, wow, Arbit Rage is top along with J-Light, but most importantly, Angel is back at base right now, spending her gold. Or spending his gold, I should say, taking that inner turret for mid, and Team Spaghetti Cat is just pushing the lead as hard as they can. It's going to honestly take a miracle at this point to beat both the good coordination of the team, of Team Spaghetti Cat, and the overwhelming gold advantage. Arbit Rage.
Item advantage and Baron.
And Baron. The list goes on and on. They're doing quite a lot of damage to that tower. There's the pool. Morgana could go in for
ultimate.
They
want to go.
There's the... Oh, but... And they go immediately after the tower falls. Oh my god, Akatsuki Angel getting blown up with tons of CC from Polycat. And Chris is here, the teleport in for J-Light. He will not cancel this time. And,
and you saw that they identified who was the biggest problem on Fairy Tail's team. Akatsuki Angel still playing pretty well as MF.
I would say as much as it was an important target pick, it was also the easiest target. She was the closest one. And Polycat just said, listen, let's just kill one immediately. Very good reaction time, and the team immediately followed him, which was great coordination. We're definitely going to see a GGW well played out of this. And these teams being very mannered. That is the first game going to Team Spaghetti Cat. J-Light charging the spawn. Woo! Well, chilly.
So I checked this at the end. Akatsuki Angel was actually about 15 ahead of Chris's serial, which I found pretty impressive considering
absolutely Akatsuki Angel.
how much of the fight presence they had.
And I will even take a little bit of time to look at the graphs real quick. I do want to take a look at the gold gained. So we see right here, gold gained, highest gold in the game. Absolutely goes to Mr. Gulliver with a 905 score at 11.4k gold, 213 farm, very, very, very strong. Akatsuki Angel, despite all of her farm, unfortunately at 130, only 7k gold, but easily the highest on her team, or his team. I keep saying that because it's female champion. But overall, great gold advantage. I would like to point out Paktar having about double the gold of Jin, and that's huge. I mean, the support was able to do so much more. That Shirelia's Reverie being very important item. I'm going to go ahead and close my recording. The stream, of course, will keep going. And I'm sure that the second game will start any second now. And I'll switch back over on my side real quick. Oh. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Go on to the second game in just a second. I'll see you soon.
Game dose.